What's going on, guys? You got Chris and Sean with Talking Through the Medias. We are going to do so for those of you who follow ERB, just like we religiously follow ERB, we love that channel. Everybody loves ERB. We are kind of in a hiatus right now. Are going to have. I don't know how long it's going to be till the next episodes premiere. So in the meantime, me and Chris got together and we were like, wouldn't it be great if we do like a best of, like, we're going to discuss, and every topic is going to be different. And today's topic is going to be revolving around the best lady versus lady rap. Okay. And so, Chris, what are the three we have to choose from?
All right. So the only videos that are on their channel that features an all-female cast,
all-female rap,
were Cleopatra versus Marilyn Monroe, Miley Cyrus versus Joan of Arc, and Oprah versus Ellen. At first, I had Sarah Palin versus Lady Gaga. Then I realized
disqualified. Disqualified.
We're gonna do these three, and we're gonna just run down. Well, first I want to talk a little bit about each one of these. So, Cleopatra versus Marilyn Monroe. That was I like that cast. Those YouTubers were really funny, and it just brought me back to how funny that whole video was. And I got a kick out of the girls that played that one. Me and you, if you guys don't know, me and Sean, when we play our video games, we're always quoting Miley Cyrus versus Joan of Arc. We have a friend, Joe. I was talking to him on the phone, and he literally thought that the line was, "Everybody's got to die by some tamale," or something. I said,
"Everybody's got to die from some tamales."
And he really thought that was the line. I said, "No." He's like, "What?" He's like, "That's not the line." I was like, "No." He's like, "What's the line?" It's like, "Everybody's got to die from something Miley." Like, dude, he's like, "Oh man," he really didn't know. This whole time he was thinking it was some tamale.
Yeah.
And Oprah and Ellen, that was a big one because you got that's a huge power. So everybody wants to make a real beef from those two. So I like all three of these videos. What do you think about them? What's your favorite memory of these three?
All right. So full disclosure, guys, me and Chris refrained from this. We gave each other the topic. We gave the three to choose from. As of right now, we don't know what each other is going to say about this. We've intentionally hidden the results. We have them written down independently. So to choose of Miley versus Joan of Arc, Oprah and Ellen, and Marilyn Monroe and Cleopatra. So I would say we're breaking this down into best beat/song, best insult, and the best combo, and the best impression. So I guess we'll start with the best overall song. As Chris says, what's my favorite one? I would have to say definitely Marilyn Monroe versus Cleopatra.
Now you saying that Marilyn Monroe versus Cleopatra was the best song out of all three songs.
Had the best beat. It had the hardest hitting bass. And we'll go into details of that. And as we talk about the next tier of what's the best. But yeah, I think overall as a whole, the Cleopatra Marilyn Monroe was the best one overall.
100% with you. That was exactly my choice. I love out of all three, that was the hardest hitting beat. I think you could jam that one in the car, and just that everything about that song as a song was the most hard hitting. If we're talking about battles, that was the best one for me as far as an overall song. So yeah, we're on point on that one. We're in agreement.
All right. So the next one would be the best insult, and I already know what I have. So, but I want to hear Chris. What of all three of these, what do you think was the best insult? And you can do like two insults if you have two for the same battle or whatever.
I only have one. I mean, I thought I was going to choose everybody's got to die from some tamale. But I thought that would have been too obvious. But then when I re-listened to all three of them, the best line was that opening line by Lauren Flans, and that's the lady who played Ellen. You're getting to get licked by a lesbian.
About to get licked by a lesbian. Yeah, I heard
that. I was like, whoa.
I've stored it. I was like, oh, that's a contender. It's a contender.
Well, what was your? So that wasn't your pick. So what was your pick? What was the
All
best
right, all right.
hitter?
So I had two to choose from, and I'll just go ahead and tell them both because I
Okay.
just straight up couldn't decide, and they were both from the Marilyn Monroe, Cleopatra one. Okay,
All right,
so
another win for Marilyn Monroe. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. What
yeah. So this was Marilyn talking to, and I quote, "I had some ugly boys, but you're forgetting the others, Marlon Brando and the Kennedys, while you fucked your own brothers."
Dang.
So, so then Cleopatra, somewhere down the verse, responds, "You lost so many babies. We should call you Miscarriage."
Marriage.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, you ever seen that video? They use it in all kinds of memes, Chris, where it's like this bunch of black kids together and they'll go, oh, they'll bang into each other.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I felt like when I heard her say, "You lost so many babies. We should call you Miscarriage." In my mind, they're like, oh, and just banging into each other. I was like, oh my god.
The thing that was stuck in my head when I heard Ellen deliver that line, it was the thought of Ellen, going down
Going
on
down
Oprah
on
Winfrey.
Oprah.
Oh, that's why that line hit me. So I'm like, nah.
Oprah pussy. No offense, Oprah. Under the very minuscule chance you watch this, but nuh-uh.
So what we got for the next category we came to? So what was the best combination? Meaning that the best with the two females that were featured in a video. Who gave the best collab, the best combination? So I think I was first last time. You want what was your pick?
Not counting the end result. If you just told me and I didn't get to watch them, if you said so and so versus so and so, who would I pick?
Yeah, just based on their performances as a ensemble. Who gave the best delivered the best overall combination?
Okay, so I will say bluntly that I think it's a tie, but then I'll say if I have to pick one, I'd say it's a tie between Miley and Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to pick one, I'd still say Marilyn Monroe versus Cleopatra. It's just,
they went again. So wow, they about to sweep your whole category. Okay. Mine was Miley and Joan of Arc. So I'll split that here for you. So I just thought that the girl who played Miley Cyrus, she had so much energy and it really looked like
the Lord's name in vain, you rats.
The acting that the person who played Joan of Arc, that whole response was
she was
so it was close. It was out of those.
Yeah,
you're right. It was to me it was kind of a tie between those two, and for me it tipped.
Yeah,
all
right. And I was kind of bouncing back and forth. I couldn't, but then I was like, man, I gotta lean towards Marilyn Monroe. But yeah, the chick, I would like to see what the chick looks like without all the chainmail and all that. She looks fine, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the best combo, and then we come down to the best impression. Some of these are kind of hard to choose with the best impression because some of these
I don't know how Joan of Arc,
yeah, Cleopatra.
I can judge her based on what from the movie, from The Messenger. I can judge it from what I see Miley Cyrus does and on TV. I can only judge Cleopatra and Marilyn Monroe from films and stuff like that. But
or actors portraying them.
They're actors portraying them. So I mean, that was a tough one. So based on that, keeping all that in mind, for best impression, I gave the best impression to the young lady who played Ellen.
Yeah, sorry guys, I couldn't hold it in. I was gonna say I know what I want, but I don't know. Yeah, absolutely, I'm in total agreement. Ellen DeGeneres was
when she was on a chair and just with the legs up in the air.
I've got fluffy kittens. Yeah,
exactly. So it was that was smart, and it makes sense because Oprah and Ellen they've got there's so much footage that you can use that those actresses or those YouTubers could use as material. So it made sense that category would win that.
I think they should have gotten somebody like the voice was kind of similar with the Oprah, but I think that they maybe should have gotten somebody else to play her because like her body language and like I don't know. I just like if you have to look at Oprah versus Ellen, like I could see Ellen, but if somebody didn't tell me who she was impersonating, I wouldn't be able to tell you that was Oprah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But
like I automatically look at Ellen, I'm like, oh, the short haircut, the man coat, the jeans,
But I think that's a tough one because you don't see Ellen going. I mean, you see Ellen being all energetic and stuff on stage. Like you don't see Oprah until somebody wins a car. You don't really see that much.
And
out of
you
Oprah.
get a car, and you.
So it's kind of. I think that would have been a tough one. That's why Ellen was so spot on because she
Yeah.
has all that character. But
Yeah.
what's the? So we got okay. So we ran through best song, best insult, best combo, best impression. So now the last one we have here is overall the best female out of all 6 ladies, all 3 videos. Who is the number 1 female from these choices that we have? Who is your main lady? Who wins the award for best female?
Oh, I already know who I would pick if I didn't have to be limited to, and I'll go ahead and say, okay, before I answer that final question, if you did not have to be, well, I don't know if I should I? Because I've got somebody who I want to say, but maybe we'll save that for another video.
Let's just stick to the
all right, I'll hold it in. I'll hold it in. Okay, if I have to pick between these, honestly, I'd probably go with Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc, you say Joan of Arc gave
yeah, because she's so intense. You know, she gets all pissed and don't you dare take the Lord's name in vain, you wretched skank. You know,
I like the fact that our picks on this video were really in sync. I was in the same video, but I went the other way. I'm on Team Miley on this. I gave it to Michelle Glavin, who played Miley Cyrus.
Right.
So I like the fact that we're kind of in sync, though, but 2 sides of the same coin. So that was my pick, Michelle Glavin, Miley Cyrus. I think she gave. I don't know what it is about her, man. I'm probably gonna propose. That girl just the way she did the tongue and everything. I watched the behind the scenes on her. She was pretty funny. I like that whole delivery. So that's who I would give the award to. But I guess the most important thing is like not what we guys think, what you guys think. Comment. Let us know what you thought. Who was your top picks out of these choices, and what's your overall best female? I mean, are you pretty much in sync with what me and Sean are saying right here? Subscribe, hit the comment button, please like this video. If you like what we're doing right here, give us a like, shout us out, and tell us to keep going because we're just trying to fill this void until the season starts again.
Always, guys, we're having BRB withdrawals. We're like, come on, man, it's a little teaser,
video, man. But until next time, like Sean always says,
keep watching the movies, playing the games, and killing the noobs.